Welcome back, YouTube viewers. This is Steven, the Scale Model Car Chief. I enjoy building classic TV and movie cars and other model kits. So if you enjoy my content, please consider liking and subscribing and sharing if you haven't already. In this episode, we're going to be doing the 1956 Club de Mirror by Pontiac. This show car was built as a kind of laboratory test exercise on wheels. A full-size drivable replica was made, or prototype or concept car was made, along with a quarter-size scale version. This kit by Revell is a pretty nice kit. I've been kind of honestly dreading it a little bit after I did the Lincoln Futura kit because of the multi-piece bodies. You know, kits of this era were just much different than they are today. So, you know, we're having a look now at the box art, you know, and Revell was putting out some pretty neat kits at the time, and the Club de Mirror was one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the insides and see what we have. You know, love that classic box art. You know, it just screams 1950s. At least to me it does. So not a lot of parts with this kit. Yeah, the biggest thing is, you know, like I said earlier, the multi-piece body. So, you know, I had to really go ahead and, you know, survey everything after I unwrapped it out of its plastic. So let's take a look at the instruction sheet. From everything I can tell, this is an original kit. You know, the plastic was yellowed on the outside. You know, nothing has any modern copyrights on it. And here's a look. And if you look closely at the direction sheet, it says to paint the entire model before assembling and use glue sparingly. So that was my first indication I was going to have to do something different, yeah, with this model build. And here's some different looks at kits and figures for trains and other models that Revell was making at the time. Again, there's a look at that copyright date at 1956. Or 9. Okay, so let's look. So here's the front half of the front end or the bonnet cockpit area. Yeah, a nice casting. You know, I'm, again, really not sure. I believe this is an original kit, but there is a lot of flash, and maybe that was indicative of the time period. Maybe the molds weren't as good, but everything's crisp. There goes that 1956 Revell Incorporated trademark. You know, each one of the pieces along with the sprue tree is numbered. Yeah, so there's not a lot of parts to the kit, but it's hard to get them mixed up. Here's something you don't see all the time, you know, is scale figures to go in the model. Now this car, I guess, would consider being a lowrider by today's standards. It had an overall height of 38.4 inches. So, you know, just a little over 3 foot tall. You know, so when you look at the passengers and they sit in the drawings or even the models standing next to the actual cars, it was hard for them because the car was so low. They'd have to kind of lean over and it kind of looked awkward. But here's the two-piece tires and the very plain looking door cards. The seat back and the seats themselves. The chrome tree, a lot of nice chrome parts, you know, from the grill, you know, to the Pontiac emblem for the hood, the bumperettes, you know, the stainless steel Art Deco type of accents will go down the hood. And there's that rear stabilizer fin, yeah, reminiscent of the jet age of the 1950s, a single fin. Those are wheel axle stays. And let's see what else we have here. Looking in the box, the plastic canopy and the retractable headlight cover. You know, non-functional on the model kit, of course. And a small set of decals. So, you know, you can't ask for better than that. All right, so let's see what else we have going on here. All right, so here's a look at that box art, and you can see how tall the people are inside the car, way up above the twin canopies. So tune in for the next update on this build, and if you haven't, please consider liking and subscribing and sharing. This is Stephen, the Scale Model Car Chief. Have a safe and blessed day.